Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another season quest in Magic Awakened. I know I'm a bit behind on this. I'm so sorry. Uh, but it's going to end at 12th of November, and I'm recording this the 5th of November. But yeah, let's get right into it. Chapter 1, Darkest Hour. After an especially exhausting defense against the Dark Arts class, a quick venture into the Forbidden Forest seems far from a wise idea. Ooh, that's a cool artwork. Oh god, I was surrounded by the spiders. Oh no, the one's not here. What do you mean? I don't have my wand with me? What are you on about? Oh, you jolt awake, heart pounding from the nightmare.
Get away from me!
Here, take this. There's dark circles under your eyes are getting out of hand. This potion should help, at least for a night.
Thanks, Daniel. These nightmares are really getting to me.
Well, classes have been pretty grim ever since the start of the 4th year. Spider legs, gnome saliva, splattering liquids. To be honest, every time we have defense against the dark arts right before dinner, even I can't find my appetite.
Unless shepherd's pie is on the menu.
You caught me.
You caught my... Am I gonna take the potion or not?
There you are. Come on. Professor Brindlemore doesn't like it when we're late, and it's getting awfully close. Right. Another defense against the dark arts class.
Do we even need this much defense in the first place? Can't believe we have to take it until our 6th year.
All this negativity. What's wrong with the two of you? Daniel says he can't enjoy dinner after these stomach-churning classes.
Well, it's not just me. You're having all these nightmares, and it's making Madame Pinch mad.
Why would she be mad?
I think I've got some old fainting fancies stuck in my robe pocket. We deserve a break, and I don't mind sharing with a friend.
Pocket lint sweets? I'd rather not. A swig of my draught of living death will do the trick.
I can't believe the two of you are seriously considering this. It's not that bad. Now, come on. Professor Brindlemore said she had something special for us today.
Okay, I guess we're heading to the classroom then. I like that the quests are voiced. I don't even remember if every... Oh. A very important guest, so be prepared. I'm sure you will want to leave a good impression since... Oh god, I'm falling asleep. Capable of exploring the Forbidden Forest at your age. Not that I encourage this behavior. An outdoor training session with Grindelows, Redcaps, Inky Punks, Boggas, and what have you. So everyone needs to stay alert. And that includes you, Timberly. Excited are we? I shall be looking forward to your performance in the training session. Oh god. She doesn't have a voice actor, eh? I imagined she talked in one of the previous quests. And that applies to the rest of you as well. It will be a great opportunity to put everything you've learned to the test. Class dismissed.
I'm starting to see what the two of you meant. Now, who's up for dinner?
Not me. Churning stomach. The two of you go.
Sorry, me neither. I can barely keep my eyes open.
There I was, deep in the Forbidden Forest, staring down a full-sized forest troll. It swung a tree trunk at me, narrowly missing my head. Without flinching, I drew my wand and blasted it back into the cave it crawled out of.
What an exhilarating adventure. Please, do tell us more.
Is he
I
serious?
saw a wiggling big toe on its stinky right foot. Swished my wand and bam! The beast cried the loudest yelp I've ever heard in my life!
Right foot, you say? Are you sure it's not the left foot?
I don't know what you're insinuating, mate. Were you there? I might have hit both its big toes with the brilliant spell I was casting.
Do enlighten us, please. What spell was it exactly? Something powerful enough to pierce the skin on not one, but both big toes of a troll. You do know troll skin is exceptionally resilient to magic, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I recently learned that because I recently just finished Order of the Phoenix, the book.
Of
I'm
course I
refreshing my
do.
mind
It's
on
the,
the Harry Potter facts.
Did the rest of you get it? No? Please repeat it for all of us!
Jesus. So sassy.
I don't think you're going to get a spell out of Fisher today. He's just making it up.
Are you calling me a liar?
Yeah.
She's saying you shouldn't be telling these misleading tales. Trolls are extremely dangerous, and we both know you've never been that deep in the Forbidden Forest, let alone single-handedly defeated a troll.
And I suppose you fancy yourself a big, brave hero, don't you?
Well, actually, I have fought a troll.
I didn't say.
Timberly doesn't usually strike me as the bragging type. Fisher Frey, though.
Hmm.
Yeah, Timberly helped me with the red cap quiz yesterday. Professor Brindlemore would have flunked me for sure. That MC is so helpful.
See? Already more of a hero than you'll ever be, Fisher.
Oh, really? Then prove it. I challenge you to a test of courage. Tonight.
I wouldn't necessarily call that a test, Fisher. I've been to the forest, well, quite a few times.
Let's see if you can do it faster than me then. Bets on.
Okay. But we can do something else, prefer something that costs less than scared away. First one. How am I supposed to read these lines? Like, what are they thinking when they made these? That I wonder. Oh, look, a potion. Is that for me? Yes, it is. Why are you so insistent on getting everyone in trouble?
Hey there. Have you really been to the Forbidden Forest quite a few times?
I don't see how that's a stranger's business.
Oops, totally skipped the introductions. I'm Wenshi, a 5th year in Slytherin.
Why would a 5th year be in our class?
Let's just say Professor Brindlemore thinks I need a bit of extra review if I'm ever going to pass my OWLs. But enough of the boring stuff. What about that trip to the Forbidden Forest tonight? An enthralling quest for the exquisite unicorn hair. Can I come with?
I don't know what you're planning here, Wenchi, but I'm not going.
You're not?
I just said what I said to get Fisher off my back, Daniel. I'm really planning on making good use of that potion of dreamless sleep you gave me. I'd choose a good night's sleep over troll toes any day.
That's one saying. Okay. Guess we just go and live there. Okay. Oh, I barely have time to read it. Oh, look at those pumpkins. They're huge.
Oh, is that you? I thought you'd be fast asleep right now. I was woken up by a house elf who brought a note from Colby. Wonder how he got the house elf to do it.
Fisher sneaked out after curfew alone. I couldn't stop him.
Typical Fisher Frey. I suppose we're out here for the same reasons. Someone needs to be there to keep an eye out in case he gets into trouble. Now that we know that the dreamless sleep potion works, I can gather more ingredients for it while we're there.
Thanks, Daniel. Before we go, though...
Oh, yeah.
You're invisible. I'm invisible. We're invisible.
Well, more like transparent, but still very impressive. When did you practice this spell?
Someone once cast it on me to, maybe we can save that story for later?
Oh, say it. Show yourself.
What do we do?
We should be able to sneak by Filch so long as we're quiet and don't stay out in the open too long. Just remember, he'll be able to see us if we get too close or move too quickly, so be careful.
Okay. That name though, Sigma something. Oh. We're supposed to go into a so-called battle with him. Oh god. Scary. Why did it become frosty? The heck? That was a cute little mini game. Going past Mrs. Norris and Filch.
That was close. But it looks like Mrs. Norris won't be so easily fooled.
She's going to alert Filch and blow our cover if she keeps meowing like that.
Let's split up. We'll have a better chance of losing her that way. We can all meet back up outside the Forbidden Forest.
Okay. Yeah. It was kind of the same in the movie. She could see Harry under the invisibility cloak. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. Sneaky sneak. Huh. That was a cute cutscene.
That is one persistent cat. I'm so late. Fish is going to think I chickened out. Even the disillusionment charm's worn off. Sounds like someone's coming. I'd better hide. Could Mrs. Norris have caught up to me again? No, those sound like footsteps. Filch.
Filch? No, it's someone who's cloaked.
A cloaked figure stalking around the castle in the middle of the night. Well, that's not suspicious at all, is it?
I think it might be the Slytherin. He has a sword? Okay. Oh. Is this how we enter the Forbidden Forest? Interesting. Where did it go? And why is the forest so quiet? Oh my god, is it gonna happen like in my dream? Spiders are gonna... The air feels cold and stale. Strange. Is fish okay? Looks like this came from his cloak. What more can we find? Who's there? Fisher, stop it already. Did something die around here? It reeks. I probably shouldn't go any further.
Is that frost? When did it get so cold? Ivy? Daniel? Is that you?
Oh my god, I knew it. Freaking Dementor. Dude, that...
It's no use.
Yeah.
My attacks don't phase it at all.
No.
Need to signal for help.
What is that Dementor doing in the Forbidden Forest, though? Yeah, someone came for help. What's up, Patronus?
You're finally awake. Thank Merlin you're all right.
Don't worry us like that.
What happened?
You were attacked by a dark creature called a Dementor. How are you feeling?
Weak, shivery, and cold. Like I've got a bad bout of flu. And hollow. Like I might never smile again.
Unfortunate, but sadly not surprising. Dementors feed off hope and happiness, leaving nothing but despair and bad memories behind.
Fortunately, a little rest and a lot of chocolate. I reckon you will be back to your usual self in no time. I usually keep a bar or two on hand for such emergencies. Let me go and find it. Oh god. Someone else is doing the same quest as me, seems.
Now that they've awoken and are predicted to make a full recovery...
What were you
What
thinking?
were you thinking, breaking
Oh.
curfew to sneak into the Forbidden Forest? You could have died. One of you very nearly did.
That is true. Oh, Harry? Okay.
With all due respect, Professor, I think it's safe to say, by the terrified looks on their faces, that they get the message.
Harry Potter, what are you doing here? Harry and his Patronus saved your life.
But why was he nearby?
I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, that's all.
You're lucky Mr. Potter was on assignment nearby and saw your vermilious charm. When he arrived, he feared you were only minutes away from the kiss.
Oh god. Huh. It's interesting that...
The kiss?
The kiss?
The Dementor's kiss. That's what it's called when a Dementor sucks out a person's soul. Your body lives, but you become an empty shell. It's said to be a fate worse than death.
That's exactly what makes your little excursion to the Forbidden Forest such a serious transgression. I'm afraid I must.
Not to interrupt, Professor, but might I have a moment to speak with them privately? I'm needed back in Hogsmeade.
Of course. But this discussion, specifically regarding your punishment, is not over, you three.
Fine. Talk to Harry Potter.
Did you happen to notice anything unusual before the Dementor attacked?
Well,
Unusual?
Did you see or hear anyone else in the forest? Or perhaps notice anything that didn't belong?
I don't think so, but my memory's a bit fuzzy.
That's understandable. However,
what? Oh, she's back.
Oh!
I'm sorry, dear. It appears we are plumb out of chocolate. Why are you still here, Mr. Potter? You should know better than most that Timberley requires better now.
glad to see you're still looking out for us, Madam Pomfrey. I'll be taking my leave.
I think I'm doing okay now, actually. Fine enough for a walk, in fact.
Are you sure? I can't imagine recovering from a Dementor attack without some smooth, bittersweet chocolate. Actually, I know right where you should be. Come with me.
Well, okay, he's taking us to Hogsmeade. How lovely. A little bit of a date with Harry Potter. Guess we're following him. In a while, Harry. Still out there saving the world, are you? No more puking past us in the teapot, young miss. Couldn't even see the whole text. He's playing music as usual.
Ugh.
I really must stop buying pink coconut ice by the box. Still need that reference book from Tombs and Scrolls. Really should, and I need to restock my nose-biting teacups. Let's head to Sonkos. Okay, why are we going through and listening on random people's conversations? That I wonder. The scar, it's Harry Potter. Stop staring, honestly, that's so rude. He's probably been through that a million times. Love it to see me, this text was in the way. Harry, where are you running? I thought we were gonna go in there. I guess not.
I figured they'd never run out of chocolate at Honeydukes. My treat. I know how dreadful you must be feeling now. I'll be right back. It's a bit too crowded in there for someone who ought to be resting in bed.
Okay. 22 sickles for an ounce of dragon liver. They must think me mad. Last signed copy of his new book in mint condition too. I'm going to treasure this forever. Thank Merlin they sell this here too. Never need to go all the way to Diagon Alley anymore. Nearly scared Glenna to death this time, Marlowe. No more treacle tarts for you. Such a cute kitty. And they just walk away. Adorable. Oh my god.
Look what you've done!
Come on. Me? I just stood there. You just walked straight into me in a quite brutal way too.
What's wrong?
Probably nothing. Just sleep deprived.
First encounters with Dementors are always the most difficult. But it will get better.
Wow, it really works. Thank you, Mr. Potter.
Feels warm
Potter.
inside, doesn't it? It helped me after my first Dementor encounter too.
I just realized I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Dementor and, its kiss.
Well, that Vermilius charm you fired was quite impressive. I couldn't have found you without it.
Now that I remember, I saw someone else there that night.
Serious? Both your friends were apprehended before they could leave the castle. It would seem that someone else was in the forest that night. Possibly in danger too.
Mr. Potter, if I may, I saw an ethereal glowing creature before I passed out in the forest. That was your Patronus, right?
Yes, mine is a stag. Patronuses can take the form of various creatures,
What's
depending on
happening?
the witch or wizard.
I know you're extremely busy, but could you maybe teach me how to do it? I'm sorry, I realize it's too much to ask. Please forget that I mentioned it.
Oh no, don't apologise. I'd be happy to teach you. The Patronus charm is challenging for sure, but very useful. Probably not today, though. But sooner than you might think.
Really? Thank you, that's brilliant!
In the meantime, I'd suggest going to the library for a bit of light reading. Wait, that sounds like something my friend Hermione Granger would say. You know her, right?
Yeah.
Good old Hogsmeade. Always bustling with life and laughter. I'll never forget my first trip to Hogsmeade. Quite the experience it was.
That was a jumping conversation.
I snuck out of Hogwarts under my invisibility cloak. Popped right out of the cellar of Honeydukes. I remember distinctly all the sweets we devoured. And the stomachache that followed. Those were the times. It's been a while since I visited Hogsmeade. Would you like to come along?
Good old Hogsmeade. Always bustling with life and laughter. I'll never forget my first trip to Hogsmeade. Quite the experience it was. Arriving with my fellow students in my third year. I remember distinctly what I saw, how I felt. Those were the times. And now, they will pay.
Hey. Even beneath the warmth of Hogsmeade sun, the chill of Dementor's touch lingers. Who is the hooded figure haunting the castle, and what sinister purpose do they hold? Yeah, that is the question. We can already go ahead and just keep on going, since all the chapters are out when I'm recording this, which is awesome. Let's go into Honeydukes. Chapter 2, Chasing Shadows. You have to curve your trip to the forest brings even more trouble as you grapple with doubt at the struggle to cast the perfect Patronus charm.
Here, my treat.
Thanks, Daniel, but honestly, everyone needs to stop handing me chocolate wherever I go. The headmistress, Madame Pomfrey, Mr. Potter, Robin, Kevin, and of course the two of you, even Colby Frey just the other day. It was the strangest thing.
Speaking of, how was your Hogsmeade visit with Mr. Potter?
We sort of just got chocolate and hung out.
Is that why you've been reading about the Patronus charm?
Well, it was just a bit of light reading. I decided to give it a try myself.
Really? How did it go? Show us.
Expecto Patronum. And that's that. I'm still working on it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You've got quite the head start.
Yeah.
Ah.
Sorry to interrupt this, but I've got something for you.
Thank you, Mrs. Flume, but we're not really looking for more chocolate right now.
That's really sweet. She just drops it on the floor.
Oh.
It's an owl, actually. This letter just came for you. It must be urgent if they sent it to you here.
It's from Professor McGonagall. She wants us to finish up here and report to her office straight away.
Okay.
This can't be good.
Yeah. Being sent to the headmistress office by when you're spending time in Hogsmeade, like, you can't wait. You gotta go there straight away. It's so pretty in here.
I'm surprised the headmistress waited so long to punish us.
Probably took her that long to think up a suitable punishment.
I finally stopped seeing Dementors whenever I close my eyes. And now this.
Need more dreamless sleep potions? I've got plenty of time to brew some.
Thanks, Daniel. They help me sleep, but I still just don't feel like myself.
Well, I won't keep you in suspense any longer. Detention, all three of you. A month should do it.
Oh my god.
A month?
Yeah.
Be glad it isn't two, Mr. Page. Your actions certainly justified it.
Yes, headmistress.
Now, handing out punishment isn't the only reason I called you in.
Where's Filcher?
It seems a rather valuable goblin-forged sword has gone missing.
Oh.
Missing?
Stolen. Pilfered the same night you three was caught at a bounce. So which one of you was it,
Wait, you think one of us took it?
No one's accusing you. Not yet, anyway. It's simply curious the sword went missing the same night as your misadventure.
Yes, what were you doing in the forest, eh? Figured you needed a bit of protection. That's why you took it.
We didn't steal any bloody sword. We're not thieves.
Come on, Timberly, you saw the person. He had a sword on the back. There it is, exactly what a thief would say.
I'm sure there were others out after curfew that night too. It can't just be the three of us.
Yes, I'm well aware you aren't the only suspects, Mr. Page. I've spoken with the Freys, who claimed they were only out to steal unicorn hairs from Professor Slughorn's storeroom.
I knew it! He was going to cheat!
Well, I don't see them here, which means they've probably got an alibi.
Indeed. Professor Slughorn's sneakoscope proves that they were not at the scene of the crime during the time window.
Ho-ho!
Can't say the same about the three of you, though. Still claiming innocence, the detention in one of the dungeons might change your perspectives.
Thank you, Mr. Filch, but we're not locking students up.
Thank you, Professor McGonagall.
Without concrete evidence. So I suggest all three of you tread lightly while the professors look into this matter.
Professor McGonagall? I don't know if it'll help, but I think I saw someone in the castle that night. They were sneaking around, but I couldn't tell who it was. Not with the hood on. I think it's someone I've met, though.
Yeah, maybe the Slytherin kid. Who knows? Okay, time for DA. Dada. Time for Dada.
I can't believe we're the prime suspects in a robbery.
Filch is just being his usual self, threatening students with dungeons and chains. Don't pay him any attention. I've got to, ask you something, though.
What? Oh, Ivy.
What? What is it with the both of you?
Oh, are you asking me?
Did you really see what you said you saw that night? The hooded figure, I mean.
Yeah?
What Daniel meant to say is, we've never doubted that you saw something. It's just that you've been so sleep-deprived recently. Sometimes people start seeing things when they haven't slept for a few weeks.
I am probably exhausted, but definitely not mental, if that's what you mean.
That's not what we're saying at...
Listen up, everyone. There's been a change of plans. Okay. I know some of you are looking forward to the training session, but today we're going to study Patronuses.
Oh.
For those who don't know, we had a student encounter a Dementor in the Forbidden Forest. More than one, in fact.
I'm sorry, Professor. Are you saying there were multiple attacks?
What? Yes, I'm afraid so. The village of Hogsmeade was also affected by recent incidents. This is why I believe, and the headmistress agrees, it's worth teaching you the Patronus charm, even though most of you will likely have difficulty casting it. To give you a little boost, I've called in an expert on this matter. Yeah, Harry. I was like, Remus? No, he's not alive. Oh. Class, meet Harry Potter. Mr. Potter happened to be on hand investigating the recent Dementor encounters, and I have enlisted his help to tackle the subject of Patronuses.
It's my pleasure, Professor. I hope I can be of assistance. I do have a bit of experience instructing students on how to cast a proper Patronus. It's difficult, but far from impossible.
Yeah, is the charm really as difficult as they say, Mr. Potter?
Well, the brilliant mind who first taught me this charm described it as highly advanced magic. It remains one of my favourite charms to this day. Very rewarding.
Professor Brindlemore said there were multiple Dementor attacks. Why are they suddenly so active? and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you thinking that or talking to Harry about it? Or are you
Mr.
heading?
Potter, if I may.
Yeah.
You mastered the Patronus charm at a very young age, didn't you?
Indeed. I was about your age when I learnt it.
Yeah, 13.
Hopefully that gives you some confidence.
If only I could summon a corporeal Patronus like Mr. Potter. That would just solve everything.
Oh, this is so cute. Is this how we listen to her thoughts?
Did you receive bonus points in your OWL exams for this charm, Mr. Potter? Does it still grant bonus points now?
I'll leave that question to Professor Brindlemore. As I said, the Patronus charm is very rewarding, in more ways than protecting my treasured memories from Dementors.
Dementors. Just thinking about them makes me shiver.
Who made this season pod is like, oh, it's so enjoyable.
A Patronus can take the form of an animal, although many won't achieve that on their first try. If you're lucky, you may see a wispy, incorporeal Patronus that, while not as powerful, will offer a modicum of protection against a Dementor. Don't be too intimidated, though. Mrs. Flume from Honeydukes told me the other day that one of you can already cast an impressive incorporeal Patronus. Now, to demonstrate, would you mind showing everyone?
Me?
Me?
I'm sure you'll do just fine. Let's get started, shall we? First, think of a memory, the happiest you can remember.
What is that?
Expecto Patronum.
A bit nervous, are we? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you soon enough. Let's all practice together, shall we? Start with a happy memory.
Well, I would have to think a bit of a while on that one. Which one I would choose.
Alright, everyone got a happy memory? Excellent. Now, clear your mind and focus on it. Then give your wand a bit of a twirl, like this, and say, Expecto Patronum! Got it? Let's give it a try then.
I'm gonna go into battle thing. Somewhere quiet, okay. Did I see something on the floor here? Yeah, this one. Because one of the, I think the characters you have is Harry, and he uses the Patronus to protect you. And yeah, in case you drop down to 1 HP, he will save you, like, from dying.
Here goes nothing. Expecto Patronum. Same as last time. Relax and focus. Expecto Patronum. What's the problem? I've got my happy memory and can picture it vividly. Almost as vividly as...
Getting the Hogwarts letter, yeah. Ooh. That face, though.
Still having trouble?
Yes, afraid I'm a bit distracted.
By the Dementor you encountered in the forest.
Yes, and if that wasn't bad enough, I'm also currently Mr. Filch's #1 suspect for a crime I didn't commit.
Oh, I've been there. Sometimes I think I spent half my school days under suspicion of something.
What do I do?
Relax, and don't get discouraged. This is a very hard spell. I didn't get it on my first try. Or my 10th, for that matter. Keep at it, focus on that memory, and it will come.
Yeah, because rather in the movies, Harry didn't succeed, like, on his 3rd try.
Thanks, Harry. I'll keep trying.
Oh my god, look at the Great Hall. It's super duper cozy during Halloween. I don't know if they had this kind of decoration last Halloween. This game just keeps on improving. Oh. Which has been on to me round the clock ever since you two gave your alibis.
That's the 3rd time today Filch has given me a look like that. even accused me of trying to make off with a suit of armor on the 4th floor. But I was just practicing my Patronus charm.
How's it going? Any better?
Nope, just silver glimmers at best. I'm starting to think my Patronus has a natural aversion to Filch. Can't do it when he's practically stalking us.
Okay, I think the reason why my mouth were moving so fast here is because, yeah, I'm on an
And the
Asian
Dementors. I can't get them out of my head.
server, and they talk way faster than the English-speaking people. That's just my theory, though. I like the new animations.
How am I supposed to focus on a good memory with one of those things breathing down my neck?
I know it seems hard, but I have faith in you. You'll find a way, you always do.
Thanks, Ivy.
While you practice the Patronus charm, Daniel and I can work on another angle. If we find the thief, your name will be cleared.
And Filch can move on to other unfortunate students.
Sounds good. Have you decided where to start?
Not yet, but I had an idea. What if the theft and the recent Dementor attacks were related? What if there's a connection? It's just odd that the two incidents happened at the same time.
Maybe, but it doesn't mean they're connected. And we should really be focused on finding the thief, not chasing Dementors. Dementors certainly don't leave footprints or anything, but the thief might have left something behind.
What do you think?
Yeah, but where would we look, though?
I think Daniel has a point.
Should we inspect the crime scene then? Play detective for a change?
No, I meant about the thief leaving something behind. Not
Why are
in
you
the
looking at
castle,
each other?
probably, but somewhere else.
What do you mean?
Go back into
Think
the
about
Forbidden
it.
Forest.
What would a thief want with a very rare, very valuable goblin-made sword?
Rigorous sword training to become a swordmaster? Sell it for a hefty sum of galleons? Sword must be important to the goblins. Maybe the thieves trying to use that. These are just speculations at best. Speculations can be proven or ruled out. Let's take some time to investigate. The thief will need a dodgy bias, somewhere that doesn't ask question. Nocturne Alley fits the bill. My family's been there before, so I know the way. Be careful, Daniel. I will ask around at Hogwarts, see if there are any rumors about a sword or secret location for sword training. I will head to Gringotts and talk to the goblins about the sword, and let's meet back in Hogsmeade when we're done. Is it a Gryffindor sword, or is it just a goblin-made normal one? Well, that I wonder. We are visiting a lot of different places in today's video. Gringotts Bank. I suppose it's no surprise that goblins wouldn't tell me anything about the sword.
Aww.
Maybe Daniel and Ivy had better luck. I should go find them.
You? How dare you show your face around here?
What?
I beg your pardon, sir?
We met just 2 days ago. You bought my family heirloom for 10 measly galleons. I am sure you've made quite the profit off me.
As I recall, sir, you seemed quite eager to sell. We only made a fair offer.
Fair offer? Is that what you call it? With a debt collector breathing down my neck and a non-liability clause in the contract?
Everything was perfectly legal, sir. Now, if you'll excuse me.
This isn't over. You'll regret crossing me.
Thank you ever so much for doing business with Borgin and Burks.
Huh?
That's one of the shops in Nocturne Alley. Might as well see if I can get some information. He works
Excuse
in
me,
Nocturne Alley.
You work at Borgin and Burks, right? I was wondering if you buy rare artifacts.
In fact, we do. Have something to sell, do you? Something valuable?
Well, I've got his sword.
A sword, you say? Not just any sword, I assume?
A goblin forged sword.
Hmm.
He seems interested. A valuable goblin forged sword just sitting on display. Definitely know something about it. At Hogwarts, no less.
We
meet again.
A polyjuice potion, I assume? No wonder why you were comfortable meeting here, in front of all these people. And the sword?
I don't have it with me. Just trying to be cautious, you know, yeah?
So that's why you arrived early? To check out the place? Remind me again, what was our agreed price for this goblin-forged sword?
About 700 galleons? I can't really remember. Was it 900? Yeah, around that price.
Borgin and Burks never gives an estimate without seeing the ware. I'm sorry, but this seems to have been a mistake. Good day.
Wow.
Wait, the sword's stolen. You got to tell me who the seller is.
Oh dear. Very sorry to hear that. But then, of course, I don't deal in stolen goods. Sorry, can't help you.
Liar. Liar, liar. Pants on fire. Sorry, no rumors about swords. I did hear about this impressive suit of troll armor, though. No luck on my end, either. I suppose no one would be inclined to share customer details, especially when you're dealing in shady goods. What about you, Timberlake? Got anything? Nothing from Gringotts, but I did spot a shopkeeper from Bogan and Burks lurking around here, looking to buy a goblin-forged sword. Sounds like a foolish plan. If it were me, I'd take it out of the country. You know, someplace that wasn't so close to where I stole it.
Wait a minute. What's in that package?
That's the person.
It's the sword!
Oh god, that person walked right into him.
Thief!
Stop, thief! We're running. What are we doing? Yeah. You're doing the hallway gameplay.
Ventus! Bewitched snowball! Incendio! Ventus! Time Turner!
Okay, there we go. And for anyone wondering what kind of cards I use, it's this one. For this quest. I know some people ask, like, what cards did you have? Or how did you defeat that? So if anyone is struggling, this is what I used. But I think it's better with other spells. I think some of these, like these three, are not good for this specific battle. But yeah, that's the cards I used. Catch up with the thief.
That's it. You've lost. Show yourself, thief. Wenshi Scrivenshaft, right?
Scrivenshaft? As in the quill shop? What are you doing with the sword?
That's my business. Go on then. Take me to the headmistress. I don't care.
Hang on. No one's going anywhere until we know why you stole the sword.
I told you, that's none of your business. Why did you have to chase me? I wasn't hurting you.
Filch thinks I stole that sword. He wants to interrogate me. In one of the dungeons.
He's stalking us everywhere now, and Mrs. Norris too.
I saw him hiding behind a tapestry with his shoes sticking out at the bottom one time. He's more pestering than a Dementor, I'd say.
Take it up with Filch yourselves, then. It's not like I can get him to stop.
Except that you can, with that sword you're holding.
And make it up to us as well.
Perhaps you can get us out of detention once in a while.
Professor Flitwick just assigned us a 4-foot-long essay on the scouring charm. You can help with that, can't you?
Yeah, and after-class practice too. You're a 5th year after all.
And, oh! Find us the best way to sneak into the kitchens after curfew, in case anyone gets peckish.
What?
That's a lot of demands, but...
I'm sure we can find our own way around the kitchens. You can help us with one thing, though. Why did you take the sword, Wenshi? You don't strike me as a thief.
For the 100th time, none of your business.
If it's Bogan and Bergs you're after, they seem to think the deal's off after our little chat.
You want the sword? It's all yours.
Hey! Where do you think you're...
It's okay, just let him go. First things first, let's return the sword to the headmistress and we can blame Peeves for the whole thing. It always works. Wait, we're not turning Wenshi in. Of course we are. Be patient, Daniel. We need to figure out what's really going on first.
I'm sorry I'm such a coward. I hope you can forgive me one day. Love, Dad.
The world never changes. The strong crush the weak and the weak cower in fear. But then there's the lucky, gifted few. A chosen one, hardened by the world's trials. Yet still, he remains hopeful and fearless. He dares to dream of a future filled with wealth, power, recognition. Everything he's ever wanted. And that future, it's here. His reign begins. His legacy awaits.
It was when she stole the Goblin Forge sword, but there seems to be more to the case. At least your name is cleared. For now. Chapter 3. The Fracturing Facade. You and your friends rush to Scrivenshaft's aid, only to be interrupted by a chilling visitor. An eerie presence lingers in the air. Oh god. God, it's so pretty in here.
Petrol is a Muggle liquid fuel used to power their vehicles. Perhaps you'll learn more about it in Muggle studies. Feeling any better?
Thanks, Mr. Potter. Thanks for asking. I've been practicing my Patronus charm. Expecto Patronum.
And you're pointing at him.
That's definitely an improvement. Keep it up.
I wish I could cast a corporeal Patronus, though.
Concentration is key to casting a Patronus, and believing you can do it will help more than you might imagine. Trust me.
All right, let's try again. This time with more confidence.
Ooh, okay. The dummy will become your worst fear. Fight your fear with the power of the Patronus charm. Remember, concentration is key. Okay. Fantastic. Let's up the challenge a little bit, shall we? He's way too close, that Demento. Go away.
I had it that time. I really did.
And that proves you can do it. You only need to work on your concentration. I might have another suggestion. Some wizards require a kind of psychic shock to produce a Patronus for the first time.
Psychic shock?
Real danger. Which I'm not advocating, of course.
Of course.
I'm only suggesting you might try to get to know yourself better. Work on staying composed in the face of stressful situations, should they arise.
I don't mean to pry, but did, psychic shock work for you when you first cast a corporeal Patronus?
Yes, it did.
Oh no, I thought I had...
And that... Indeed, it was a moment of danger and great confusion,
Oh, come
I do
on.
want to remind you that an incorporeal Patronus is already quite the achievement at your age. Many try and fail for years before they're capable of such a feat. You've probably
Some
had
more
enough
chocolate.
chocolate for a lifetime these weeks, but have another one. It'll make you feel better.
Okay, let's try again then. It's not even Aquamenti. He's not even practicing. No, my manuscripts. Oh no. What is he doing?
Have some. It'll make you feel better.
It's you. You didn't rat me out.
Seeing as you're not chained up in one of Filch's dungeons, no, I did not.
And what do you want for it? I've not a sickle to my name.
Good thing I wasn't counting on that.
Scriven shafts broke, my manuscripts burnt to a crisp. Now I truly have nothing. So take your pity elsewhere. No one wants to deal with someone who has nothing. Even the loan sharks won't talk to us anymore.
How did Scrivenshaft end up borrowing from them? Everyone loves your quills. I've even received some fancy ones for my birthdays.
My family's run Scrivenshaft's quill shop for generations. It's never been as profitable as joke shops or honeydukes. But quills are something everyone uses, so we kept a delicate balance. Everything changed when the Dementors attacked. Tension rose, business dropped, and before we knew it, we couldn't pay our bills. Yeah, from that Midas character. He's a real piece of work. I've got until the end of the month to pay up, with interest, or he's going to take the shop.
Why you? Where's your father?
Gone. Left us with nothing but debt and a hastily written apology. The coward. The worst part is, I know I can make the shop work if I could get out from under all the debt. I grew up in the shop. I know how to run it. I don't want to lose it. Believe it or not, that's the truth.
I do have my doubts. If you're willing to let me know more, let's meet behind the greenhouse after class. Can we help him out in some kind of way?
Earlier. Thanks for the chocolate. It did cheer me up a bit. If there's anything else you'd like to ask, just go ahead.
Is that why you stole the sword?
I overheard how valuable it was in Hogsmeade. Thought it might tide us over. I know stealing is wrong, and believe me, it tortured me. I was too anxious to sleep for nights, listening for Filch's footsteps, waiting for them to take me in. If I had any other choice, I wouldn't have done it.
I understand. I'm not sure I've come up with anything better if it were me.
Sorry, it was just lying there and my mind went blank for a second. We sold everything that's worth anything, including the shop's expensive quill display. It just wasn't enough. Sometimes I write on the side. Wanted to sell my manuscripts today, but the pawn shop said they didn't take scrap paper. Well, it doesn't matter now. They're all gone. I would turn myself in to Professor McGonagall, but who would save the shop then? You must think it's a pointless struggle. It's impossible for a kid anyway.
Look, Wenshi, I can't promise that we'll find the perfect
Where's the
solution.
sound in the background?
But if you agree to turn yourself in afterwards, my friends and I will do what we can to help raise the funds you need.
What? Is this some sort of sick joke?
Scrivenshaft's been around forever. It's the right thing to do. Besides, there's something strange about these Dementor attacks. I can't put my finger on it just yet.
Where should we start?
Hogsmeade, and its residents.
Okay, detective work. Let's go then. Is it his like sound effect, the player beside me? Okay. Take a stroll around Hogsmeade. Already been and explored this area. What do you mean quiet? It's not quiet at all. You had big lofters in there. What do you mean? You're talking like she's dead. Sorry, the lost batch of potion overcooked. I had to clean up for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
No worries, I just got to here myself. Shall we start our investigation with the residents? Although there aren't many people on the streets. Good idea, let's split off and cover more ground. Hello, can I ask you? Oh, alright then. Say friend, what's on your mind? Hey, where are you going? Why doesn't anyone want to talk with them? What is this? Oh, that's why. Yeah, no luck there.
Everyone's so on edge. Even more than last time we visited Hogsmeade.
Most of the villagers seem reluctant to even leave their homes.
It's obvious the Dementor attacks are taking a toll on everyone's sanity.
They're taking a toll on business too.
When we were here the other day, Mrs. Flume said Honeydukes was already seeing fewer customers. I imagine it's the same for Scrivenshoffs?
Let's just say I've seen graveyards that were livelier than our shop right now.
Haven't the ministry stationed auras around the village?
Yes, but it's hard to find their presence very reassuring when people are still being attacked.
Still, even with all the patrols? Dementors are devious, no doubt about that, but to identify and slip through holes in the Ministry's defenses...
In any case, the situation is now even more hopeless than the last time I visited. I'd hoped to put on one last big fundraising push, but that seems impossible now. I may be a brilliant young entrepreneur, but I'm not a miracle worker.
It seems to me that Hogsmeade just needs some serious cheering up.
Yeah, with the Dementors lurking, the only reason anyone's out is to buy... I think I know just the place for your fundraiser, Wenchie.
Oh, yeah. Chocolate at the Honeydukes or something? Is that what you're thinking?
Dementors aren't all bad for business. I hear chocolate sales are up 50% here at Honeydukes. This might sound mad, but I fell in love with a Dementor once. No, it's true. It really took my breath away. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to check out our Scrivenshaft quill selection and get a free sugar quill with every Honeydukes purchase.
Okay, good job, Wenchie.
Did you hear that? Laughter! Who knew Dementors could be funny?
I think everyone just needed an excuse to laugh. I know poking fun at the Dementor made it seem less scary to me. Maybe the rest of the villagers will be a little less afraid now, too.
Thank you for finding the perfect place. The only shop with a decent number of customers here at Hogsmeade. Can you blame them, though? Chocolate is now a necessity for everyone.
Well, it wouldn't have worked without your talents. You should really consider writing comedy as a career. You'll be more famous than Gilderoy Lockhart in no time, hopefully with a better reputation.
It was once my dream to write the best stories with our Scrivenshaft quills, but now...
Okay. Who's coming in? Mida Schoolway, a friend of Hogsmeade. Oh joy, I knew things were going too well. Wenchie, who's that? It's him, Mida Schoolway. Galway.
Quite a crowd, Wenchie. I must say I'm impressed. Your little impromptu promotion appears to be working. I thought I'd never see a Scrivenshaft quill on sale ever again.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Come now. I only want what's best for you and your family. Where are my manners? Midas Gulve, entrepreneur, man of the people.
Huh. You're no man of the people. You'd rather put us out on the street than miss one of your precious payments.
Not true, Wenchie. I'd hate to see your family lose the shop. But then, I have to look after my own business interests, don't I? You can't blame a wizard for that.
Your only interest is in causing others misery, which means you're not welcome here.
Clearly, I won't be changing your mind. Still, I do hope you're successful, Wenchie. Either way, we'll be seeing each other again. Soon. Good day.
Jesus, okay.
I see why you don't like him, Wenchie.
Yeah, what a snake.
This is going to seem odd, but I have this strange feeling, like there's something familiar about him. but I can't put my finger on it.
I'm sorry, I get so angry anytime he comes around. He brings out the worst in me.
Forget him, Wenchie. Just look around. Look at all the smiling faces. You did this.
You're right. This has been a good day, and it's not over yet. I've still got a few more jokes to tell.
Oh no, it's a Dementor.
Is it inside the shop? What the heck?
Hurry, Daniel, run!
Oh god.
Stay back! Expecto Patronum!
Timberly.
Expecto Patronum.
Wow, that was pretty cool. Jesus. Good job, Timberly. Man, the cutscenes are really getting better. It's less like repetitive animations and all that.
All that work. For nothing. I doubt anyone will set foot in the shop again. We're finished.
Don't talk like that. I'm sure we can think of something.
I don't know, Ivy. I feel like we might have done more harm than good. That thing was attracted to the happiness in the room, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they feed on it. Happiness, joy, pretty much any positive emotion. They take it all, leaving you with nothing but your worst memories, repeating over and over in your head. It's awful. Sorry, this wasn't my first run-in with a Dementor. I'm afraid it's put me in a rather melancholy mood.
Believe me, I know what you're going through. Was that your first encounter?
It was shortly after my father left us. I'd gone into the Forbidden Forest to be alone, and stumbled upon the foul thing in a clearing. If it hadn't been for the aura, I'd have been done for.
You were lucky that Aura was around.
Lucky? He's had 2 run-ins with the same Dementor. If you ask me, that's some serious bad luck.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it is. I think Wenchie is being targeted.
Oh, you think? Being targeted? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
In the shop, I'm almost certain Midas had something to do with the attack. When the Dementor was after you, he was smiling.
I know he doesn't like me, and the feeling is definitely mutual. But to actually direct a Dementor to attack someone, is that even possible?
Yes.
We've had a bit of experience in that department. Suffice to say, yes, he could be directing the Dementor to attack you. The question is, why?
To keep me from coming up with the money, obviously.
That does seem likely, but why? I'd have thought he'd rather have the money than a business to take care of.
Actually, he's been going around town trying to buy out a lot of the businesses in Hogsmeade. I don't know why.
Of course. That's why he looked so familiar. I ran into him in Honeydukes. Literally. I knocked the briefcase out of his hand, spilled the contents all over the floor. He got rather upset when I tried to help him clean up the mess.
Did he? What was in the briefcase?
Papers mostly, and there was something else. What was it? Sorry, I can't remember.
Finally, a job for the potioneer.
How so? What are we gonna do?
You're lucky. I've been working on perfecting my memory potion. This should help you remember exactly what happened.
Is it really that good? I might ask for one before the next History of Magic quiz.
Yeah, no, I'm not risking taking off the headmistress again anytime soon.
Okay, bottoms up.
Might want to add some
I'll
peppermint
keep
next
that
time.
in mind if Professor Slughorn decides to start grading our potions on taste alone. So, what do you remember?
Okay, it's starting to come back. It was definitely Midas that I bumped into. He dropped his briefcase, which popped open, spilling a bunch of papers, and... oh! It was a wand, except it looked like a quill.
Describe it exactly.
Okay, about 12 inches long, slender, almost black in color, except the tip, which was bone white. And on the other end, a feather. That's why I thought it was a quill.
You just described my father's wand.
Really? Midas got very angry when I picked it up. He snatched it out of my hands and took off. But if it's your father's...
How did he get it?
I don't know.
Maybe your father pawned it before he left to pay down the debt?
No. That wand is a family heirloom. He loves it. He'd sooner lose the shop. There's no way he'd give it up unless Midas took it from him. My father could be kidnapped. Or worse.
Expelled.
And so darkness descends upon the once lively village. A necessary cleansing, I would call it. Hogsmeade is now free of senseless quarrels, baseless accusations, and fruitless schemes. The guilty hide in their homes, unaware of the suffering they've inflicted upon the poor and the powerless. They cry, they cower, they crumble, in the shadow of my robed friends. Hogsmeade has been transformed.
What is your goal here?
The reign of their new, ruthless king.
Okay, dude. A Destroyer's promotion event unveils an unexpected clue. Can Banshee save both Scrivenshaft's and his family, or will Darkness seize victory this time? It will not. I've decided I will not. Chapter 4. Lighting a candle. The fury of a cornered wizard is dangerous and unpredictable. The investigation presses on, and with each step you edge closer to uncovering the truth. Okay. And once again we go into the Dada classroom.
I'm worried about Wenshi. He was really mad that Midas has his father's wand. It took all my powers of persuasion to convince him not to go chasing after Midas right then and there. In the end, I had to promise I'd tell Harry Potter about what we'd learned about Midas, since we have the earlier Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
If I were in his shoes, I'd probably be upset too. Wait a moment. What's going on? Where are the training dummies?
And not that I'm complaining, but why is the room filled with games and joke items?
We thought we'd try something a little different today.
Rather than have you practice casting your Patronus, as we're going to let you have a free period to socialize, play, and make memories.
Why? With the Dementor attacks ramping up, isn't it more important than ever that we master our Patronuses?
You'll see. Now go and have fun.
Okay. How are we gonna have fun with these things? Muggle playing cards. Okay. Okay, what is the last thing?
Well, did you all have fun?
Surprisingly, yes. To be honest, I initially thought this was going to be a waste of time, but it's actually helped me loosen up a little.
Good to hear. When faced with a serious threat like a Dementor, it's easy to get stuck in your head or fixate on the mechanics of casting a Patronus.
Which is a problem, because it's critical that you be able to go to your happy place in order to cast a Patronus, even in the darkest of times. We hope this class was good practice for turning out any fear and pressure you may feel.
No, okay, we're gonna try again. Try casting the Patronus.
Expecto Patronum!
Yay! Good job, Timberly. I wonder what animal
Nice
my
job.
Patronus is.
You're making great progress.
I still don't think it's enough. I've heard of a Patronus so powerful, it could drive away 100 Dementors. If only I could achieve that.
You're closer than you think. Maybe what you need is the right moment to shine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm needed elsewhere.
Wait a moment, Mr. Potter. You and the other Auras are investigating the Dementor attacks as suspicious, aren't you?
Piece that together, did you? If you're fishing for information, I'm afraid I can't share any details about an active investigation.
Actually, we have information for you. We have reason to believe that Midas Golvig, a dodgy businessman based out of Hogsmeade, is connected to the Dementor attacks.
That's quite an accusation. Do you have any proof?
When the Dementor attacked Honeydukes and everyone was in a panic, he seemed pleased. He even smiled when it was after Wenshi, as if he'd ordered the attack himself. What's more, despite being in a shop full of potential victims, the Dementor specifically went after Wenshi. That's twice now Wenshi has been attacked by this Dementor.
Who is making sounds in the background? Stop it.
Curious, given the fact that Midas is currently trying to take over Wenshi's family business, don't you think?
Is it Peeves going about? Stop it, Peeves. I can see how we might find us suspicious. Do you have any hard evidence?
Wenshi's father's wand. I saw it in Midas's briefcase. It was a beloved family heirloom, so he'd never willingly part with it. Wenshi believes Midas stole it.
I see. And do you have this wand on you?
Well, no. But if you look in his briefcase, I'm sure you'll find it.
That does seem like a lead, but unfortunately, we can't just search someone's briefcase without solid evidence.
Even as an aura?
Especially as an aura. Thank you for the tip. I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Who the heck were making noises in here? I did not appreciate that.
Did you tell Harry about Midas?
Yes, I pulled him aside after class.
Let me guess. He gave you a polite but ultimately non-committal brush-off in response.
Always so cynical, Wenshi. Harry Potter isn't one to brush off leads, especially not solid ones. All we need right now is tangible proof that our lead is solid.
Then the solution's obvious, isn't it? We just need to find some.
You make it sound so easy. Let's not forget that if our theory is correct, this man is in league with the Dementor.
Still, Ivy might be onto something. We already know Midas keeps Wenshi's father's wand in his briefcase. And considering how negatively Midas reacted when I tried to help him gather the wand and the briefcase's other spilled contents, it's safe to assume he's probably got other things he doesn't want anyone seeing in there too. If we can keep Midas distracted, we might be able to grab the briefcase, collect the evidence we need, and get out of there while he's still none the wiser.
Midas Gulveig may have more money than he knows what to do with, but he's still cheap. If I invite him for a free drink at the Hogshead under the guise of asking for an extension, he'll come. He also loves the sound of his own voice, so it shouldn't be too hard to keep him talking while you grab the case.
Sounds like a plan. Midas isn't going to know what hit him. He put the case on the table. How are we going to get our hands on it now?
Shh. I'm sure Wenshi will think of something. Just watch and wait.
Thanks for coming. I've taken the liberty of ordering us some drinks.
Always happy to spare a moment for a loyal customer. Now what can I do for you? Besides take advantage of your offer of a free drink, of course.
I was hoping, given the circumstances, you might consider an extension on the loan repayment.
I wish I could, Wenshi. But this Dementor nastiness is affecting my business as well. I'm afraid I just can't afford another extension.
Hogwash! We both know. Sorry, look, I'll pay everything back. Whoops! How clumsy of me.
Don't worry, accidents happen. Now, about your proposal.
Wenshi must have spilled his drink on purpose to get Midas to move his briefcase. Brilliant!
Let's not waste the opportunity he's given us. Grab it now.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I was expecting the briefcase to be full of cursed artifacts. A copy of Magic Most Evil? Maybe even a bottle of poison? You know, dark wizard stuff.
Doesn't exactly scream I'm in league with a Dementor, does it? But there could still be something in here that incriminates Midas. Let's take a closer look.
The language in these contracts is so dense. It's no wonder Wenchie's father got suckered into taking out a bad loan. And according to these records, Scrivenshaft's isn't the only shop in Hogsmeade that Midas is preying on. J. Pippin's Potions, Dominic Maestro's music shop, even Honeyduke's. He's got all these notes on their financials. Personal information about their owners, too.
It's creepy and predatory, no doubt. But illegal or criminal? I'm not sure.
Look at this quill. It's genuine phoenix feather. This must have cost a small fortune.
When she did say Midas has expensive tastes and likes to flaunt his wealth. Well, this is interesting. I wonder what it unlocks.
Wait a moment. Where's Wenchie's father's wand?
Midas must have gotten spooked after a run-in and stashed it somewhere else.
Great, so we did all of this for nothing?
Not necessarily. We may not have uncovered any hard evidence, but we did find a key. Perhaps Midas is using it to lock away something incriminating.
Even if that's true, and I do mean if, how are we supposed to figure out what the key goes to? We can't very well go around trying every lock we see.
Evansegium? I haven't heard that spell before.
But if we don't hurry, it may very well leave us behind.
Oh.
Come on, let's return the briefcase, signal to Wenchie to keep stalling, and follow it.
Okay, are you gonna return the case then?
The key's finally slowing down. The lock must be around here somewhere, wherever here is.
It's right in front of you, Timberly.
Looks like some sort of ancient tomb, or what's left of it anyway. I doubt anyone's been here in centuries.
I wouldn't be so sure. You see those footprints? And that campfire is still smouldering. If I had to guess, I'd say Midas is using these ruins as a hideout.
Is that a trunk?
Looks like we found what the key unlocks. Now let's see what Midas is hiding.
Is the wand?
There's a person in there. Is he?
Is it that kind of chest?
No, I see him breathing. He's in rough shape, but alive.
How could Midas? Why would Midas?
There's no time for questions. We've got to get him out of there and to a healer.
How? Even with the three of us, we can't carry a full-grown man with a thick brush of the Forbidden Forest all...
Daniel has a point. It took us ages to walk here.
We definitely need help. Auras would be perfect. This is the tangible proof we've been looking for. Midas is finished.
Let's hurry. We don't know how much longer Wenchie can keep Midas occupied.
He's probably here already. Oh, here he comes. Send up
Wenchie?
a thing so you can get Harry.
What are you doing here? How did you find us? Where's Midas?
I wouldn't worry about all that. Not when you should be worried about me. Depulso!
What? Interesting outfits of these people here. Why? What are you doing, Wenchie?
What the hell, Wenchie?
Ivy, are you alright?
I'm pretty banged up, but I'll be alright. Honestly, I'm more worried about Wenchie.
What's gotten into you?
Watch out!
I agree. Wenchie isn't acting like himself at all.
Something's definitely wrong with him. Glazed over eyes, unnatural behavior. Wenchie's been imperious.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah. Legal spell. Midas.
I've got to admit, figuring out I'd Imperious the Scrivenshaft boy like that? You kids are smarter than you look. A shame you weren't smart enough to keep your noses out of my business. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Not unless you want Wenshi here to hurt himself. Or you. I see you found the last person who wasn't smart enough to mind their own business. Guess it's true what they say. Like father, like son.
You mean the man in the trunk is...
Dad.
He's resisting the Imperious curse.
What? But that's impossible. The senior Scrivenshaft wasn't able to resist.
Get out of my head!
Harry could. You can too. I'm gonna fight him now. Duel him. Okay. Guess we do like this.
Incendio. Apugno. Sidelong apparition. Expecto Patronum. Apugno. Incarcerus.
Oh, I don't have time.
Expecto Patronum. Incendio.
God damn it.
Incendio. Sidelong apparition. Incarcerus. Orb of water. Expecto Patronum. Apugno. Incendio. Sidelong apparition. Sectum Sempra. Incarcerus. Glacius. Expecto Patronum. Sidelong apparition. Apugno. Incarcerus. Incendio. Glacius. Sidelong apparition. Expecto Apugno. Incarcerus. Orb of water. Sidelong apparition. Glacius. Sectum Sempra. Expecto Patronum. Incendio. Apugno. Incarcerus. Glacius. Sidelong apparition. Orb of water. Incendio. Apugno. Incarcerus. Sectum Sempra. Glacius.
Oh god, that was a very intense battle. Jesus. But I made it.
Ivy, go and get Harry. Daniel and I will make sure Midas doesn't go anywhere.
Not so fast. Expelliarmus.
It's over, Midas. give it up.
You're right. It is over. For you.
What do you mean? Like, how? What? Now, who is that dog? Oh, it's the players. I was like, what the heck? I want the dog too.
The Dementor!
Don't worry, it won't attack you. Not until I order it to, anyway.
It listens to you? I don't believe it.
And yet, the proof is right in front of you. See, the Dementor recognizes in me a kindred spirit. We were both born lacking and take what we need to fill the void. When I asked it to help me expand my business, it was happy to oblige. It's a win-win situation, really. My cloaked friend gets to feast on all sorts of emotions in this quaint little village. While I get what I want. Revenge. Who do you think will take over all the shops, legally, mind you, when Hogsmeade becomes a ghost town? Naturally, I'm more than happy to deal with any insubordination, shall we say. The Imperious Curse is just one tool in my arsenal.
You're utterly vile.
Now that's uncalled for. Do mind your language when discussing my business acumen.
So you imperioused him, locked him away in a trunk, and made his family think he'd run out on them?
I know it sounds awful, but it was nothing personal. After all, success requires sacrifice.
Why are you telling us all this? You have to know you're only incriminating yourself.
Why indeed? Perhaps I simply haven't conversed with anyone in a while. Lie, coerce, intimidate. Sure, but actually talking to someone is another matter.
You're not fooling us with those platitudes.
To each their own, I suppose. It's a pity you won't witness my takeover of Hogwarts once I've claimed all of Hogsmeade.
What? Oh my god.
Expecto Patronum! Crystal Ball! Incendio! Trust me and you'll regret it. Sidelong apparition. Inflated. Incarcerate. Atmosphere charm. Nebulous. Crystal ball. Incendio. Confringo. Inflated. Atmosphere charm. Sidelong apparition. Incarcerate. Do you know who my father is? Ball. Incendio. Computer, do you mind if I charm you? Inflated. Atmosphere charm. Sidelong apparition. Incarcerate. Crystal ball. Incendio. Inflated. Atmosphere charm. Confringo.
Here we go. Easy when you have the Bellatrix echo. God, I love that echo. Okay, so now what?
Imperial! I doubt everything's perfect for you at Hogwarts. Misunderstood. Distrusted.
No, don't you even try. Nuh-uh-uh. We're going for another fight?
A fellow student you've clashed with, perhaps. A professor you thought was on your side.
Okay, how do I do this? Is it a click thing? Yeah. Go away. That breathing is
All the
creepy.
spells you've learned, and what do you use them for? Minding others' business? Defending those who don't even appreciate it? Was I right? Why keep trying when there's such turmoil in your heart? Just let go.
Never. Ooh. Victory pose once again.
The Scrivenshaft boy was as annoying as his father. Why struggle when life is stomping all over you? I certainly didn't. Not until I met my associates. But then again, not everyone is capable of walking amongst the Dementors. AZKABAN is where he's headed. Once a thief, always a thief. That, and his family business now belongs to yours truly. Enough about him. This is my moment. Hogsmeade, a place that once looked down on me, will soon be mine. As soon as I take care of you lot. This emotion. It's as if my heart is swelling. It's here. The moment I've been waiting for so long. Oh, the joy. Wait, what are you doing? This isn't how it's supposed to be.
Feel joy around the Dementor.
Sweets and toys were luxuries I never had during my childhood. A child from a humble family deserved no such indulgence. I had nothing. But then life gave me something no one else has. A pact with a Dementor. I've faced these fearsome creatures 3 times and emerged unscathed, while my opponents were not so fortunate. Hate seethed within me, festering like a wound that could never heal. Only one thing mattered. The fortune that I worked tirelessly to amass. And now, I am the wealthiest of them all.
Yeah, but sadly the Dementor did not like that.
You're never going to hurt anyone ever again. Expecto Patronum!
Whoa.
I did it! I cast a corporeal Patronus!
See? I told you that you could do it.
Mr. Potter, thank goodness you're here. It's Midas Golvig. He's...
I know. Miss Warrington filled me in.
Thank you, Mr. Potter. I wouldn't have managed it if the Dementor hadn't turned on Midas at the last minute. Strange, now that I think of it.
It would seem that Mr. Golvig misunderstood Dementors. I suspect that these evil creatures might sometimes overlook victims numbed by immense pain. Like Golvig himself.
I see. When my Patronus faded, Midas believed victory was within reach. He must have felt something then. Something powerful.
And that's what led the Dementor to him.
What we have is speculation at best. For now, let's get you kids back to Hogwarts. Professor McGonagall must be worried sick.
Wenshi, you're back! You've been out nearly a week. We were starting to worry McGonagall had expelled you for stealing that sword.
I thought the same when I turned myself in. Guess the sob story must have worked since she only gave me 2 months of detention. Indeed. Scrubbing the entrance hall floors with a muggle toothbrush feels like cruel and unusual punishment.
So, how's your father?
He woke up the other day. That's why I was out. I was visiting him in St. Mungo's. He's still in rough shape, but the healers expect him to make a full recovery.
That's great news, Wenchie.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of effort and hard work. Not two of my favorite things, I must admit, but for the first time in a while, I'm actually hopeful about the future of our family and Scrivenshafts. Of course, don't think I've forgotten who helped make that possible. Thank you. I'm in your debt. Which, as you might expect, isn't a state I like to be in, so I've thought of something you might enjoy.
Is it a lifetime discount at Scrivenshafts?
Well, my dad's still running the family business now that he's back, but I'll likely take over once I graduate. Meanwhile, I hope you'll enjoy being characters in my latest story.
That's great. Have you started writing again?
Sort of. Our adventure was really inspiring. Midas too. He'll make a fascinating antagonist in my story.
That sounds wonderful. Should we be looking for a copy at Flourish and Blots anytime soon?
The ink's still drying on my manuscript, and it'll take some time to revise. But keep your eyes peeled.
The end. Mida's scheme unravels as a new chapter for Scrivenshaft's quill shop unfolds. As the shadows lift, Hogsmeade breathes a sigh of relief, awakening from its long, chilling nightmare. Wow. They are just getting better and better at writing these kind of season stories. I really enjoy them. And the way they introduce new characters, I think they've gotten better at it, because sometimes it feels like, oh, a new character. I don't know, it's hard to explain that feeling, but it's like, yeah. They're doing it very well, so you like the new characters, and I want is it a wand that makes the wolf appear? I need it. I need it. Oh, I wonder if it's the current event that you get it from. I think so. Well, that is all for today's video. It was super long, I think. I recorded for 1 hour and 50 minutes, about almost 2 hours. We will see how long the video will be, because I probably will cut it down a bit. So yeah, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to see more content from me, I suggest to subscribe, and I hope we see each other for my next video. Bye guys.